We humans are either cluttering or clearing. I'm David Bridgman. Welcome to Worship in 360. Christmas is about the good news of Jesus. Yet good news can be drowned out by chaos, clutter, and noise when someone else or something else changes the narrative. Open your Bible or your Bible app to Mark chapter 1. It's one of the 4 stories about Jesus. And we read in verse 2, just as the prophet Isaiah had written, "Look, I am sending my messenger ahead of you, and he will prepare your way." Now, the backstory is that centuries before Jesus is born, in the book of Isaiah in the Bible, God's people are experiencing their economy in shambles, their leaders have been deported, and their temple's been destroyed. Insurmountable obstacles are in their way. And the people must be wondering, does God even notice me? Does God even care about me? Now, fast forward to the day of Jesus. This fellow Mark writes in verse 3 of chapter 1, "A voice is shouting in the wilderness, 'Prepare the way for the Lord's coming. Clear the road for him.'" This is the voice, not the one on TV, but God's voice, so listen up. John the Baptist is the forerunner of Jesus, and he gives voice to God. Notice the action verbs: prepare, clear. People again are experiencing oppression economically and politically. I think the felt need is the same one you and I have. There is zero margin in my life because we humans are cluttering life full, even as God is trying to create a clearing. Now look at what happens in verse 5 of Mark chapter 1. All the country went out to see and hear John, and when they confessed their sins, he baptized them. In the clearing of the wilderness, God creates a clearing so that humans can get their life straightened out. So often the spaces of life get filled with the wrong thing, and we need a clearing in the clearing. Because when life is in chaos, I create margin by clearing, not cluttering. So how do I create a clearing? Let me give you 3 C's. The first one is change. Change your routine, your pattern, your geography, your diet. In a leadership blog I read this past week, interviewing hundreds of young leaders, the number one complaint of young leaders about older leaders is they are unwilling to change. They're closed-minded and resistant. Maybe that sounds like your own spouse. So dare to change your schedule the next couple of weeks. Here's the second C for creating a clearing: confess. Tell the truth. Can we be done faking it and pretending? And let's become truth tellers, tough and tender. Here's the third C for creating a clearing: commune. Take some time for authentic relationships. Hang out with some people and with God. Stop being so independent and become more dependent. Here's one example of what can happen when humans create a clearing. On Giving Tuesday, Jerome Church had a goal of raising $2,000 so that we can pack 150 lunches 6 times a year in 2020. Well, a number of people cleared out a moment and cleared out some cash, and you gave $2,138.30. Way to go! And 100% of those dollars will feed people right here in Columbus through our partnership with Faith Mission. This week, clear some space. As you create margin, you're going to hear God's voice. And I look forward to seeing you right here next week.